Hey, good afternoon. Happy Friday. I almost forgot. I was supposed to do a video today and I was reminded. So here I am, kind of at the 11th hour with a glittery background that I'm not really sure if anyone can see, especially if this gets posted. And I am super tired. I'm about 20 weeks right now, and we were up pretty much all night at a lovely birth, and today has been running around. So I don't know how many brain cells I truly have for this video, but I wanted to talk about education before birth, which sounds really boring, but I don't think it is, and I want to share why. So I recently worked with a really fabulous woman who came to me pretty late in care. And that happens, I don't know if it happens to me more than it does to other people. I mostly welcome it. I think it's really awesome when people get clear, even if it's late in the game and they figure out what they want. Man, these sparkles are kind of too much. So, I feel like I have a good deal of experience with women that come to my care late in pregnancy, sometimes only hours before birth, if you can believe that, and how education usually doesn't have time to factor into our work together, which I don't think is great. Really, ideally, it's not the best. However, it's also really important that the woman is supported in a way that she feels truly comfortable with. So I truly love working with these women that come late, and I was once one. So I have, great feelings about it. But what's often missing is just the education piece. And that's something that I wish I had more time with, especially when people come late. There's just things you wish you would have time to talk about. So I don't know what those would be for all of you, but I had kind of a short list in my head of things I wish we had time to talk about, but sometimes we don't. The first would really be just the way birth works. I know that sounds maybe obvious, but many women, even when they've had babies, even when they've had midwifery care, really don't have a lot of information about birth. And sometimes it kind of doesn't matter. But other times it feels like, man, if this woman had maybe seen some birth videos of, other really awesome physiological births, or seen videos of women in the birth process. Oh my gosh, that's a dog outside. That's a terrible noise. Then, maybe it would affect her experience positively, knowing that everybody's experience is different, but yet sometimes there are some common threads, because we don't see birth on a regular basis, most of us. So sometimes videos and education and talking about the hormones and hearing other women's experiences as well, like how it can feel. It doesn't have to feel that way for you, but here's my experience. And also creating the birth we want. So I think that's something I always wish I had more time to talk about with people that come late to care. You really can create what you want, and that takes work. It takes visualization. Maybe it takes processing of past experiences. Maybe it takes support and just creativity and acknowledgement that in a lot of cases birth can be what we want it to be and that we don't have to compromise. So those are some pretty big topics, and I don't feel that I can address those usually in a matter of hours to days with new people, but I wish I could. I think the final piece that I wish I had more time to support women in, and I don't always, is the inner growth process. So this goes for all of us having a baby. It doesn't matter if we've done it before. It doesn't matter where we've done it before. But each pregnancy is such a unique, emotional, and spiritual, often, not for everyone, but often, experience. And it seems like the status quo out there, as I'm sure most of you would agree, is that pregnancy is just so physical. So even women that are seeing midwives aren't really digging into the deeper issues. They're being asked how their day was, maybe, or maybe what they ate yesterday, or how they're feeling, right? That's the classic question. And those are all great places to start, but it's really superficial conversation. And for me, I find that it has to be deeper. Like, it has to be deeper connection for me to continue to be sort of fulfilled in supporting women. And I really see that it results in what look like, and personally have felt to me like, deeper experiences in birth, meaning that women know and they've been supported in realizing that it's complex and birth is a sacred experience often, and sometimes we can't make sense of it in a purely physical way. So these are all hours and hours and hours of conversations that I love to have with people that I do get the honor of supporting from their early pregnancy days, or even mid-pregnancy would be desirable. But yeah, the women that I end up seeing at the very, very tail end, it's just like we have to get to know each other as quickly as possible. And there's not a lot of time for these extra conversations and these extra layers and these super important and deep discussions and inquiry, into her. So it doesn't need to be a discussion of, me educating. It's more having the, let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm having the honor and the privilege of supporting her in a deeper process. And that just takes time. So I think many women maybe aren't aware that there is a deeper process, for one. And then two, they're maybe looking for support in that, or they don't know how to find support in that. And it really just does take time and commitment and a trusting relationship with a midwife or whoever it is that you choose to kind of be your support person. So that's my kind of short but sort of long video blab on really late to care education and what I wish I could just somehow magically inject into all of it at a late date. Alas, it's not possible. And of course, most women still go on to have really awesome births and hopefully feel super powerful, even without this component that I feel is so necessary. But I think it's still important to talk about, especially if you're someone that does get the chance to have an entire pregnancy set up in the way you want and you feel that you don't need to compromise. That's wonderful. So thanks for listening, everybody. Sorry about the sparkles. They're a little much. Have a great day, the rest of your day, and a great weekend. Bye.